It's Peg Duchesne.
Hi there. How are you?
Hello, Peg Duchesne.
Hello, Lisa Wilber. I was going to call you about an hour ago, and then I thought, oh, I'm going to see her in an hour or so.
Oh,
So I have a
hi,
favor.
Maureen.
Are you free for 2 minutes right after this?
Yes,
Good.
hopefully. Hopefully. Yeah, I might get interrupted, everybody, because I have a cast member picking up a binder and she hasn't been specific about when she's coming. So if I get interrupted, that's
When
what's
she
wrong.
comes, you need to take her picture.
Right. It's actually here's what happened. I lost that family of six in the cast.
Right?
They were in the first play, but not in the second one. Yesterday, um, it was Connie that found, no, it wasn't Connie that found her. It was the head of the fundraising committee that found a 14-year-old girl that has
Cool.
done plays before. And out of the six family members that we lost, the one part that was pretty substantial was the young girl.
Oh,
Uh,
cool.
and we were going to have the older girl and their family do it because there's a lot of lines and she's been in a play before. So this is great news because if we had to have one replacement that needed some experience, it's this role. So now we've got a
Awesome.
new cast member, and they're catching on to how this works. They're like, make her binder right away. So she so she feels like she's part of the team already. We
Right.
may have her come over immediately as long. I'm like, yeah,
Right.
that's how this goes. Hey, Penny. Hey,
Hi,
Maureen.
Lisa.
Right.
Hi, Peg. Hi, Maureen.
Hello.
Hi,
You know what I
guys.
wanted to show you, if you don't mind? I wonder if I saved the old one. On. You know what a mess I'm making, huh? If you could see my desk, you would laugh. No, this is actually cleaner than it was. Sadly. Um, okay, so what I'm working on is, and of course, this has been a learning experience for me, realizing, I mean, I realized this pretty early on, but in the theater thing, the director is the king of the universe. So it's not about me, it's not about the cast members, it's really about the director because he's holding the whole world together. He knows all the details. We only know our little parts. He's the overseer. So anyway,
He's
so
the here.
yeah. Yes. So anything that I do in general has to get by him. If he doesn't approve of it, I got to redo it. So
But you
excuse
present
me.
you present too many of your ideas in such a way that why would he say no?
Well,
For
sadly, if
Schwarzer.
if he um sometimes I have to sell a little harder than usual because he would just as soon send out a black and white piece of paper in an envelope and be done with it. And he says the right stuff. Like he says, it would be great if they opened it up and they were wowed by what they saw. But then after leaving them alone to hash it out in the fundraising committee, their idea of being wowed was a 4-page written. Yeah, yeah. Who does that anymore? And that's when it dawned. When I looked at that, and I went, "Oh God! If I got that in the mail, I wouldn't even read it." And I'm the one they send it to because I'm a business in town. I get all those letters. Anyway, so I'm thinking, well, why don't we do a card? Why didn't I think of that before? And this is even better. Hey, Donna, this is even better because I found out the list they want me to send it to only has 50 people on it. I know. I'm like, this is perfect. But so the first stab at the card, now I'm doing mock-ups for them because um, I did this in a hurry so they could get the idea. And this was for um, like friends and cast members. It wasn't the business version of it. So I'll send you that first. I'll show you this first. So what I did was there's a graphic artist that for free came up with an assortment of logos. They didn't decide on which one to use. Kenny didn't tell them for sure yet. I grabbed this one because this was my favorite, so I just put that in there. And then this is, we had cast pictures taken each year of the whole cast, and this is the first year. And then inside is a bunch of the pictures from both plays, including, this is my favorite shot, the drone shot of people lined up and down the street trying to get in the door at the town hall. That's my favorite shot. But anyway, and this is last year's cast picture. But what I told them I could do was scan their letter and include it as a panel. But once I did it, I don't like it. You can barely read that writing. It's too much writing, and it made it too small, and the scan didn't come out good. So I want to show you online. I can't show you the card because I just did it 2 days ago, how I fixed this problem. Okay, to see what you think of my fix. Okay, so you got this so far? This is it. And that one letter. Okay, so now let's go look and see how we solved it. I see you, Donna.
I was having technical difficulties this morning or this
That's all
afternoon.
right. That's all right. So let me show you how I fixed the problem, and you can tell me if it worked. I'll go look up. What I'm going to do is look my own self up because I sent a copy to myself, so I'll be able to show you the out of the hit card history, the card. And it's this card that I made is going to show up in on the front there in the custom cards. So I will be able to send 1 or 2 a day like I do my other cards, in case you're wondering that. Let me see, make sure this is the one. I don't know why I'm in here twice, but I am. Yeah, here's the one. Let me make sure I got this. I think this is the new version, the newest version, because it's the newest date. Let me see here. Yeah, so let me open it up and show you how I solved it. So what I did was I printed out this was a JPEG. She had scanned this one sheet page, and it had the GoFundMe thing and the picture. And I'm the original one that had this picture. So I have the picture here. So the front's the same. That's the same front. And what I did on the inside, I took out the scan and typed it in, and then just made thank you big. Okay. Then on this one pictures are the same over here. These are all the same. Over here, I put the GoFundMe as a picture in one of the slots. And this picture that they talk about in the scanned one, this picture is that one. So I just substituted 2 of the pictures. And I reworded a little bit, and instead of, it said something like the photograph on this page or something, and I put the photograph to the right. I changed it. But don't you think this is way more readable?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And the picture is
Definitely.
much more vibrant on a card. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
much
Yeah,
better.
The
Yeah.
whole thing is just, I think, a better version of that. So, and then the other thing I did you have something else you want to say? No, okay. Is this was the same, but the back was one big picture, another picture, because I hadn't figured out what to do. They wanted me to add on the card the performance dates and let's see what else. Oh, the QR codes to see the other last 2 performances. So those QR codes go to the YouTube channel where you can see 2022's performance and 2023's performance. There's some more pictures of the cast and crew, and then it says performances of the Ware Town Hall, and it gives the dates and the times for this year's. So that's the back panel. So isn't
I
that
like that.
better?
It's a volunteer job because they couldn't afford you.
I know when I say, you say that, but then you make me get convinced that I can do graphic artist work and I can't. I think it's passable. I get that. But then when I see a real graphic artist do a project, I'm like, oh, I'm kidding myself over here. Because I realize I don't know what I'm doing. But luckily with SendOutCards, because of the slots and all that, it
Mhm.
it makes it
Yeah.
easier to look
Mhm.
like you know what you're doing, I think. I don't think you necessarily have to be creative because you either are picking a text block or a picture block, and you pick which layout will fit your stuff. So it was more like a puzzle than it was my art design eye or anything like that. But this back picture I made on Canva, and I'll show you something I actually you can see a little difference. Can you see my hand there, the cursor?
Yeah.
There's a little line here and here where
Right.
the color is just a little bit different. And that's
Mhm.
because the Canva thing is actually only this size of this color one. And then I just added a background of the other color. I could
Mhm.
have played around with a little bit more to try to get it exactly the same, but I was thinking that was close enough for me. Okay. What is
Close
it?
enough for government work, as they say.
Yeah, I said what close enough. No. What's the saying? Close only
Close
counts.
enough for government work.
I thought it was close enough only counts in hand grenades,
Horseshoes.
It's in
something else.
hand
No, horseshoes and
grenade.
hand grenades. Isn't that it? Close enough only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. Hand grenade. Close enough. Take out the side of the building anyway, right? But so what do you think of how I their objections, I overcame them with this new version?
I love it.
Mhm.
So you
I
think
like
that's
it.
so the other version of this card, let's see if I can um show you, is I think this one is the business version, which I'm happy with also. So that one was like family, friends, and cast members. Let me look to make sure this is the business version. Yeah, this is the business version. So I'll show you the difference. Um, I wasn't in on this meeting. I don't know why there's multiple versions of the letter and all that. I'm just dealing with what they gave me because in my mind, if I'm not going to participate in the committee and argue my point or whatever, I can't really put in my 2 cents after the fact and micromanage this project. So it's already bad enough that I'm reworking this because they wanted to send people a black and white letter in a white envelope. So I just couldn't let that go by. But I'm trying to use everything else they came up with, including the wording and all that. I'm not changing any of that. That way they don't feel like I just hijacked their whole thought process because they spent hours dealing with all this wording and all that. Okay, so keep that in mind because in reality, when I'm doing something, this would have been much shorter wording because I'm usually the receiver of these letters. I definitely lean towards short. You know what I mean? Tell me when, what, where, when, why, how, and that's it. I don't, what do you need the money for? If I'm persuaded, how can I do it? That's what I want. I don't want pages of explaining it to me. You know what I mean? Let me use my imagination what you want the money for. So I don't know. Maybe I may be alone in this. So anyway, so here's the front. You'll notice it bears a striking resemblance to the other one. Because when I do work, I want to reuse my work I already did. So I think that's a good front. And the inside is different in this one because the letter was different. So there's a lot of writing here, but it's dear business owner. These pictures are the same, but over here they have you're gonna like this. This is funny. I couldn't let this go. They wanted the after I just sat there and said, I'm not micromanaging this project. Now I'm going to tell you the ways that I'm micromanaging the project. I'm going to explain all the ways I'm micromanaging it. Okay, this is what they wanted me to scan and put for the sponsorship options. And this right here is what I did in Canva,
I like it.
Nice.
that
Yeah,
information. I just think
that
it's,
looks, that's so much more professional looking.
well, and I
Mhm.
also can reuse it. I can reuse it as a social media post.
Yes.
And
So,
the other thing is, isn't one of the things you need the money for is to buy a new curtain? So that's
Yeah.
really nice how the curtain's on there.
yeah,
Yeah.
and Kenny's not gonna like it because he doesn't like stuff that's I guess it's called theater cliche. So the curtains isn't necessarily, he doesn't like spotlights, he doesn't like it when I use the masks. He thinks they're too cliche, but to me, the rest of us don't think it's cliche. It's just because he's in it all the time. So
Mhm.
I sneak it in when I can. I did. He may make me change this, but to me, that is a lot more appealing, and you can tell the sponsorship options at an eye glance. You can tell what you get, how much the options are, and it's far more exciting than this, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I can reuse it as a social media post. That was my main thing. If you try posting a scan of this on social media,
Nobody's
yawn,
gonna read it. People
no,
aren't gonna
Mm-mm.
read it.
yawn. As it is, I'm going to need to make reels and stuff that this won't work for the reel because of the uh complexity of the writing and stuff. I'll need to make individual things for the reel. Anyway, so that's the difference in that one. And I did like that graphic that was produced in Canva, and that background that has the seats and the curtains and the tickets. That actually, I didn't have to put that all together. That was a template used for some other reason that had
Mhm.
ticket prices on it, and I just reused it for the sponsorship levels for business.
Nice.
Beautiful.
That's
So
what
do
I
you like
love
how?
about Canva. That's what I love about Canva. You can find anything you need in Canva, and
Yeah.
95% of the time, you do not need to create your own.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
find a template and then you can make it your own.
Rework it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
that's what I,
this particular one only had two tickets on it, and all you have to do is click on it, and it gives you a little option to duplicate the graphic or duplicate the wording or whatever you're working on. So I just duplicated the ticket and put it and added the wording. So Canva makes it easy to look like I possibly
Mhm.
might know what I'm doing, which which is
yeah.
always good. Okay, so the back is this, which was on the parts of this were on that other card. The
Mhm.
GoFundMe, because what we're asking businesses to do is we have a GoFundMe for regular people to donate to the theater thing. We're asking the business, that's the easiest way to get the money to us. So go in to put it on the GoFundMe, like say they want to be a $500 sponsor, go in and do the 500, and then under the name, put your business name, and then we'll reach out to you and make sure you're in the program and stuff. But that's the easiest way to get us the money. Then the performance times are here, and that picture with Alan. The why this picture, this is oh, I forgot his last name. Alan no, it's not Alan Ilsley. Who is it? Alan. Anyway, it's Alan. The Alan is the old guy in that picture, and this young guy is the one that played Alan, because these are real people, and a lot of the characters in the plays are real people. Not all of them, but
Oh,
a lot of them. And Alan, the old guy, was a real person in the second play. And he was sitting there watching it last summer in a lawn chair, and he was 92 or something like that. And he got a
wow.
big thrill out of the fact that he was in the play as a character. And he died 2 weeks later, and
Aw,
his daughter said this was the highlight of his year when he was down there and they were treating him like a king. He got a front row seat and everything. So
Oh,
we all
wow.
felt pretty good about that. So,
yeah.
but that's why the
Mhm.
story in the other one tells that story about Alan Ilsley and how the kids all went up to Alan after, especially this one that played Alan in the play, went up and got his autograph, and Alan turned around and wanted their autograph too. So it was fun.
Aw.
It was really
Oh,
nice. And then the back, I put that picture, I reused that that is smaller in the other card. I reused that. I made that Canva too. But I'm trying to get every excuse to put as many people as possible because I know many times when people get these cards to donate and stuff, they're going to see somebody they know, and that's going to
Yeah.
help.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm trying to put as many different people from as many different places I can in the cards so that they can see somebody they know, hopefully. So what do you think of those?
Good job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very good, very good.
Very nice. Very,
And
very nice.
thank
Very
you.
good.
And the other thing that I'm doing that is different this year is the card that whoop, that's not right. Let's see, the cheat card. Judy's on, yay. Judy's not gonna she's gonna be on mute. She already told me ahead because she's listen only mode today. This is the cheat sheet card. Sorry, it's a big card, 8.5 by 11. And one of my procedures, they all laugh at me at the theater, but all this stuff comes in handy. Laugh all you want, people.
Right.
The right, the you don't get your binder till I take your picture rule uh is I originally did that because it has their name and their cast member name, so who they're playing, their name and who they're playing on their binder. And I had to memorize 30 something people. And so does uh not the director, he only does the cast member name, but like the stage manager does too. So I sent these big cards to the playwright, Kenny, the stage manager, and me, so we'd all have a cheat sheet. So if I can't figure out who somebody is, I could look at my big card right
Mhm.
quick and see the face that goes with the name because they're holding it right here, right? And then it's like a procedure. So I'm like, well, you can't get into the first read until you get your script and have your picture taken. And then I'm using those pictures for the social media post to promote the play, as well as this cheat card. So this is the first 15 for the cheat. Is it 15? No, I think it's 12 for the cheat card. I put all the new cast members that have never been in a play before in this one. And this has, of course, their name, the character they play, and their face. So Kenny and Connie, can figure out who they are. And this is the playwright. She wrote all those plays.
Wow.
So I think that's useful.
Mhm.
So yeah, so we're all gonna have them and they can fit in the back of our binders. So, and one of the other things, every year I'm trying to trying to get better about making people feel good about the production so that I don't lose cast members. The reason I'm even talking about all this is because it's the same in network
Yeah.
marketing, right? You're gonna, if that's volunteer army out here. So whether you're doing SendOutCards or Avon or Market America, whatever you're doing, if you have customers and downline members, they need to feel
Welcome to our new member. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, they need to feel appreciated. So little teeny things I found make a big difference, including knowing their name. So that's
Yeah.
something, when you go to a customer's house, you try to uh, name drop them somehow. You try to say the dog's name or say the kid name or say the husband's name because it makes them feel like you took the time to know who they were really. You know what I
Right.
mean? So on here on this, I put, we've done three, this is the third play. We've done three. All of them have been local historical plays, all of them written by Connie. I've used the same background on all three binders, and that was to carry through, um, the feeling that we're all doing one big project. It just happens to be different plays. And then this is the new logo for this year's, which finally got Kenny approved one. He said, I'm still not happy with the people or something. I'm like, too late now. I didn't tell him too late now. I'm like, right. As soon as I get a head nod of anyway, I'm taking that as a yes and going forward because, but I added this year. It says their real name at the top is making history as, and then their cast member name at the bottom. Mine happens to say Lisa Wilber is making history as the blue-haired producer. because I'm not the only producer, and I just thought that was appropriate.
Mhm.
Okay, and then it has both plays on it. This is especially awesome for the new cast members who weren't here for the last two plays, because they can watch the complete plays by
Mhm.
just scanning the QR code.
Mhm.
And the other thing I put on here is the website for the play, I mean the theater troupe, and up here in partnership with the Ware Historical Society. 'Cause they're-
Beautiful.
Mhm.
oh, anyway, that was a Canva thing too. But I've used the cards a ton in this.
Hey, a thought came by, I don't mean to be devil's advocate or anything, but
Yeah.
when the kids are under 18, do you have to get them or their parents to sign a waiver that you're going to use their picture on social media?
What's the rule? It's easier to apologize than to ask permission.
Okay,
I've been using it without question for the last 2 years. I just don't even bring that up. The
Okay.
only thing I had is that family of six, them guys, they're I think they might be living a double life or something. I don't know what's going on in witness protection, because they said I could use their picture and their first names, but they didn't want their last names on social media. So whatever's, but they told me ahead that that's what they wanted, and I said fine. I don't mind whatever anybody wants. I just tell them ahead, this is what we're doing, this is why we're doing it, and everybody does it. But I'm not going to create a form and have them sign it and do all that if I don't have to.
Right, okay.
And so far, it hasn't been
That
an
would
issue.
create fiction, friction.
Friction. Right, right.
Right, gotcha.
I think I personally would rather, instead of have a blanket thing that we do from now on, I would rather deal with it one at a time if someone has an objection.
Right,
You know what I mean? Just because it doesn't seem to have been an issue.
right.
Okay. And you know, I've that got brought up before all these years that I've done the Avon team thing since 93, 1993. I've had other leaders say that they did the same thing and did permission forms to post recognition on social media, and then it was all such a big problem, and then some people didn't want it, and then they started just posting first names only in the amounts. But how is that recognition, really? So I've never done any of that. I put their first name, last name, and the state they're from, and how
Yes.
much they sold, and no one's ever said anything since 1993. No, I don't want to say no one. I had one lady, and she said, I don't want you to put my name at all. I said, oh, no problem. So what I did was I put unpublished when it was her slot. I put unpublished and the state she was from, and that was it. So me personally, I like to deal with it on a case by case, because I just find it's less
Mm.
heartbreak for me, or that's not the right word, heartburn.
Yeah.
The other one I probably told you about too, the other use for send out cards. Yappy. Um, uh, I've been taking the pictures of them with their binder, putting them on a flat card, and sending it as a thank you for being involved in the play. Now I did that. I've only done one so far, but I'm going to do all of them, especially the new people, because of Mike, Elizabeth's husband, who got roped into this, who who graciously went along with this. But I don't want to take anybody's decision for granted, because we're all volunteers here. He could change his mind tomorrow and I'd be back stuck with nobody there. So I want to make sure Mike's happy and Mike feels appreciated, so he stays. And I know it's going to be easier once the rehearsals start, because once you're here and you have your little group you're rehearsing with and you're all interacting together, hardly anyone quits then. But leading up to that, like we've still got a few weeks to go before we start rehearsals, really. So in this few weeks, I'm going to lose people if I don't really stay after it. And that is much the same as what, church groups. It's much the same as your direct sales business.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's like that. People have to feel like they're appreciated, especially if they're not getting paid. And this is a whole volunteer thing that they're taking time out of their schedule, and everybody's having to be flexible, and especially that week beforehand, when you're doing a play that week right before the performances. Kenny has rehearsals every day of the whole crew, and you have to give up your whole evening all week long, and then you have the 2 days when you're doing those 3 big performances. So I mean, it's a lot at the end too. And so I
Yeah.
think you got to keep people happy, loved, interested. So I think one of the ways I want to do that is the thank you card with their picture on the front. Because I realize not everybody realizes that they can take that off of social media and keep it. So I'm sending it
Mhm.
card, and they're putting it on their fridge or whatever they're doing it. Hopefully fridge and not their frig. I couldn't believe how many I sent out that said fridge. Oh God. How did I not know fridge had a D? Fridge. I don't know.
So I got a cue card this week. It's 2 little old ladies, and it says, "You don't have to be crazy to be my friend. I'll train you."
Oh, that's cute.
But what I thought was interesting is look what it did it there. It says
Oh,
Oh.
first
first name.
name.
Because she didn't know how to do it. She
Yeah, so
probably
I'm gonna get
typed
in touch
first
with
name.
her and show her how to do it. But yeah,
Yeah. She probably typed first name because she's seen it typed first name. But of course, you want me to show you everybody else how?
yeah, well, yeah, for
Yeah,
the
I'll
new
do that
people that
quick.
watch this.
Yeah, because that oopsie. Right.
Yeah, it was cute though, but I love the card. I love that card.
That is
Very
so
cute.
cute.
Yeah.
So, if you're doing this and you want to do the merge thing, I call that like the Microsoft Mail merge thing, is like up here, excuse me, up here where I have put dear business owner, I didn't put it excuse me, I didn't put it first name, last name, or whatever you could put there because I'm not sure that I have it in my database correctly that that'll come out right for those businesses. So I don't want to put it there. I just want to put generic business owner. But how you do it is you would go dear, and then over here on the left, you'd click on it on a text box. You go here over here on the left and take this bar and scroll it down. And then you can see right here, insert feature is, well, that this is the insert. So I have the choice of putting first name, last name, spouse's name, first name, and spouse's name. Okay, those are the choices I have. And you could do a combination. So you could put first name and last name like that. Right? Tried to put, yeah. So you'd put dear, and then you'd click this. See, watch when I click this, it'll go in there. Did you see it? So now
Yeah.
it says first name, and this is underlined. So she probably saw this on something and thought that's how you did it by typing
Yeah.
in, because I thought that at first. So I'm going to take that back out so it doesn't, there we go. Okay, so if you want to do that and put the name in on a card, that's how you do it right there. Okay. Awesome.
So Peg, did you get a chance to watch that movie?
I fell asleep in the middle of it, so I have to watch the end, but I did like it. I liked it a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lisa, you watch it?
No,
Oh, it's the one that's on Prime.
I know. I didn't get a chance to watch it yet because
Okay.
I'm going to have to watch it alone because there's no way Ty's watching it.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
What does
I just
immersive mean? Oh,
I just
okay.
like this story about the cards. I thought that just was us, you know,
That
it
is
was
so
us.
perfect. I
Yeah.
like I know I'm going to like it. And
Yeah.
I did write it in my book though. So
Yeah.
Oh, what's the name of the
But I
movie?
mean, it's a Hallmark movie, a Hallmark Christmas movie. So, they're kind of, I love them,
it's
but
the right Christmas, right?
yeah, I love them though.
No, don't. Oh, the right
What's it
before
called?
Christmas.
Ma-
It's right.
Mailed by Christmas or
Right
Right
before Christmas.
before
yeah,
So
Christmas.
right.
W
WRITE, right before Christmas.
right before Christmas. And it's a
Yeah.
Hallmark one, but it's on Prime. Yeah, I was happy to hear you say it was on Prime because I've got Prime, of course. You know what I get from Prime and I ship down to Yonkers is Jaden's 12, but inside he's like 5. So he's on a kick about Reese Puffs. And they have ginormous boxes of Reese Puffs on Amazon. I mean, you can't get anything anywhere close to the size of those boxes in the grocery store. And since I don't want to buy like 8 little boxes, I get 2 of the ginormous Reese Puff boxes, and they're only $5 for the big giant box.
Wow.
They're $5 for the
Oh.
little box up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reese Puffs, but yeah, that's
You
all he
see how
wants.
they come from Miss Lisa?
Oh, I have no idea. Does that matter? Does that matter? I don't think when you're that young it matters. Oh, no, I don't know if that's a go-giver thing or what, but I don't think about any of that part of it. I get a thrill when I'm talking to Ty and he's got something like he's using a towel I know I brought down there. I'm like, oh yeah, he's got to be thinking of me because he's using something I brought down there.
Yeah.
I think of that, but
Lisa, how could he not think of you?
because I'm crazy. Is that what you mean?
You're unforgettable.
Yeah, I think that so the guy Ty drinks, I don't happen to drink. I smoke instead, thank you. But not cigarettes, I smoke weed, of course, because I live up in the woods, right? But I go to the liquor store to get liquor for Ty because it's cheaper up here than it is in New York State. But the
Mhm.
guy at the liquor store is hilarious, right? He talks to me like I'm an eccentric old lady. He's 20 something, I'm sure, but I could just tell how he's talking to me. He's thinking, oh yeah. Yeah, I didn't call him a whippersnapper or anything like that. Let him
Mm,
think what he wants, right?
yeah,
But yeah. So
that's funny.
yeah. So anyway, what else happened? Oh, I'm using the stuff that we use when we're doing adding customers to SendOutCards for the play too, because I'm getting every cast member's name, address, and phone. And then what happens is, oh, I don't even know if I printed myself one that I can show you, but I put it in my SendOutCards database. And then what I did was for the company name, did I print myself a copy of this that I'm talking about? I didn't. Okay, so in the SendOutCards database, under the company name, I put, because I'm going to be sending people cards, so it can't just say their cast member name, because then the post office will wonder why it has 2 names there, and one of them they don't recognize. So I put, like, the new cast member is, what's her name? Alexis Garrett, I think it is. Alexis Garrett, making history as Lily Carr. So in the company name, I put making history as Lily Carr. So how this worked out good was because Kenny and the production manager and the playwright and I wanted a cast member list with their phone numbers and their emails. So all of those things I have in SendOutCards because I've got everybody in there, right? And then what's good about that is half of the crew and cast were in last year, so I didn't have to add them. So every year I just have to add the new people. And I use whitepages.com if I didn't get it out of them somehow. But usually I get out of them, I just get white pages for their birthdays.
Yeah.
Okay. And I put it all in SendOutCards, and then you can pull up just the group. So I have a group called Where Community Theater. Those are the people that have tried out or in the cast. They had some relation to Ware Community Theater, and they can be in more than one group, by the way. But you can pull up a group and everybody's in it. So what I did was the company name says Making History as if they're in this year's play. If it said it from last year, I took that off. So Kenny or Julie can easily look, because I exported my database from SendOutCards. I pulled up the group, Ware Community Theater, exported it to Excel, opened up Excel, and deleted the columns I didn't want to print. So I deleted the mailing address, I deleted the country, I deleted anything except their name, their cast member name, the Making History as, which was the company name, their phone number, and their email. And then I printed it on landscape, so it all fit on one page. And now I can make additions and corrections. So I don't have to do the work twice, right? Because what the other guy was doing, the guy that stood in for me briefly when I thought I wasn't going to be involved anymore last year, he started out with the Excel sheet instead of having it in SendOutCards. Of course, the problem is I can send cards right away. He has to either write them or make labels out of Excel. And then he had to set up the thing in Excel. I don't deal with Excel. I can export, right? I can export to Excel. I don't mind doing that. And I don't mind getting rid of columns I don't want to print. So this works out great for me. I love this. So is that sound reasonable, Peg?
Yeah, that's beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, the thing I like about SendOutCards is it's only limited to whatever your imagination is.
Right.
You know, like that one lady that I had found on YouTube that I started following. Her name is Candace Rodar, I think is her last name. She made a gratitude journal, like a 6-day gratitude journal, and she not incorporated it, but she did something with licensed it, but she just made it out of a 3-panel card. You know, so SendOutCards is just limited to your imagination. Whatever you can imagine, you can make in SendOutCards.
I'm sorry,
Did
say
you
that
know
again.
that Cody's publishing a journal? 365-day promptings journal. It's going to be released, I think, when they go to Asheville, North Carolina. That's when we'll be able to buy it.
Yeah.
That'll be awesome. Maureen, say again what the 3-panel card was for.
She made a gratitude journal.
Oh, on the card.
On the card.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Wasn't that the Cody's
and
group?
and it was just the coolest thing. And I'm like, I never thought of that. You know, so it's only limited to your imagination.
What happened is the girl came to pick her thing up, but they didn't text me ahead or anything. I didn't see her do it. I didn't answer the door. That's what the dog was barking at, was the girl.
So she has her binder and you don't have her picture?
She doesn't have the binder.
Oh,
She
okay.
rang my doorbell and I didn't answer it because I was doing this with you and she was supposed to call me first. I think they came here, I'm gonna say.
Come back.
I am on a Zoom until
2:00.
Yes, I think they came here, but I'm on a Zoom until 2. Yeah, she was at a sleepover at a friend's house and was going to get it on her way home. Sleepover. I know.
That's why it's best to call first.
Yep.
Well, they were supposed to messenger me ahead because, right. Yeah. That's the house. You haven't been here yet, Donna, but or Maureen either. I have multiple entrances. It's a bigger house, so it evidently not obvious which one we use, even though our vehicles are parked right next to one of the doors. If I was a betting woman, I would have thought, you know what? I bet they use the door closest to where they're parking.
Yeah.
That would be my thought, right?
Mine
But you'd be surprised how many people choose that door last. They just don't go to that door. I have to say it when I send people here. Oh, now what's she saying? Oh, after 2 or okay. I'll let her know they can stop by after 2, or do you prefer time after that? I'm going to run errands. Errands. Okay, sorry, I don't mean to stop while I'm supposed to be talking. Okay, I'm going to run errands, but the binder is inside, is in the hallway.
But you need a picture.
I'm gonna say, be sure they take the binder picture, take the picture for me. Please. No, it's funny, I get a fair amount of ribbon over all my procedures, but but to me it makes sense. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when Liza was here, we had checklists for what we did when someone joined my team, and we all had our part and we checked off our little box and stuff. But that kept us doing the same thing over and over for years and years. And that's how come I got paid. So to me, setting up a checklist or a procedure that we do makes it so much easier going from year to year. You know what I mean? Because if it works
Yeah.
once, it'll work the second time and the third time, in my opinion. I don't mind tweaking what we're doing if it doesn't work, but like the whole binder situation, taking the picture, all that stuff has been working, I think. Did you want to say something, Judy? I think she's on, she said she was going to do listen only. Carrie said, okay. Okay. So we haven't done a card. If you don't mind, let's do an espionage, because we got just a few minutes and I hate without actually making a card. That seems crazy, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yes.
So let's go over to Facebook, see if we can't find somebody on Facebook posting an awesome picture. I was just thinking of one the other day. Who was I thinking of that I wanted to? Oh, and there's Peg Duchesne wrote something. There you go, Peg. Oh, I'm looking for a picture. So if you ever want to get a card from me and get my attention, post a picture. That'll do it. Oh, you know what? Mary Becker. I haven't sent her one I've been meaning to. Here we go. Let's do Mary Becker. Mary Becker. There we go. Her husband just started his own, I think it's plumbing business, and
Oh,
she was
wow.
posting about it. So, and she posted his new logo. See there it is, Sean Becker. And I've got Sean in there too. Let's see here. Becker Electric. It wasn't plumbing, it's electric. Okay, let's see if we
That's a
can
song,
get.
isn't it? It's electric.
It is.
Is
I was
it?
just thinking that.
Okay, there's Sean. So let's grab 2 pictures. Let's get that nice picture of Sean in there. Save image. And then let's get his logo, because that's
And you ought to get the song It's Electric and put the QR code in the card too.
really 23
It would
years of experience. Where's the logo? Wow. Oh, that isn't what I expected it to be. Okay, so I'll put oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay, here we go. So I've got let's put Yeah, don't you hate it when I'm thinking out loud? Because like you can almost hear the wheels grind. It's like,
Grind to a screeching halt.
right. Thank you for that.
Well,
Okay, build your own. You know what I'm thinking though? Let's see here. What should we do? Do this one and put him on the front because he doesn't get that many cards. That'll thrill him, even though his picture is the up and down one. Let's put him on the front. Let's do a 2-panel and then put that logo on the top and the inside. Okay. Let's see here. Enjoy the creative process. Okay, image. Okay, upload image. Those pictures of the cats and dogs I just sent retirement card to my vet. He's retiring.
Oh,
So let's do, oh, you know what? This would be so perfect on the front though. Yeah, let's do, okay. That's on the front. I was going to put that on the inside. And then I'll just do this and up in the top, let's put him. So let's change that layout to a one picture. We'll put him up there. Oh, look at it. And I just moved it by pointing at the picture, holding down the cursor and pulled it down a little bit, just so it's not cut his head off so much. There. Now I'm going to go to panel view so I can do the writing on the panel. Okay. Okay, now what I usually do is, this is a cheating thing. I put a picture of a flower or whatever I've got here, so I don't have to write as much. And the writing doesn't look lonely. Right. So let's try to get some manly looking picture of some flowers for there. Oh,
you don't like the idea about the QR code to the song It's Electric?
I like it, but it's too complicated for espionage, I think. And we don't even have 5 minutes. But I like it. I like the idea though. Okay, so let's look here.
What would be a
is
manly
that blue?
flower?
Is the blue right? Is the blue manly enough?
What would be considered a manly flower?
Well, right. I was thinking a darker color one, maybe. Oh, that one's all right. Isn't that one all right?
That's not bad.
Okay. So congratulations, Sean, on your new business venture. I'm so excited for you. From Lisa and Alex Wilber. And I'm including Alex in this because they babysat for him a few times when we at the early conventions. Our kids were both young at the same time. So that's why I'm including Alex on that. So I put that in my own handwriting font. I'm going to make the background something to do with that same color. There. So this looks like this, which I don't think that's bad. That's
Mm.
not mainly, but where would you in there? That's the front. Where would you put you'd put the QR code here instead?
It doesn't matter. You're not going to look it up, so it doesn't matter.
Oh God. Okay.
You put it wherever you want it.
I like how you do the backs all personal, by the way.
yeah, I want to learn how to do that.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
maybe
isn't
Peg,
it?
I would say maybe Peg could teach a class on that.
Next
Okay.
Thursday I won't be here, but I could the following week.
Oh, would you?
I'd be happy to. It would be my pleasure.
Your pleasure. Okay, I have Anne Mary on this, and I'll just fix that when we go to mail it. Here we go. So you can fix it in the next step right here. So this is the shopping cart. You see the little pencil here? If I click that, it's going to let me alter anything I want, including taking Mary off. So this is just Sean, and save. Now that saves it in the database too. So just so you know that. That said that because I sent them an anniversary card. So check out. And this is one of my 10 today. And that's it. Fast and dirty. You gotta love a fast and dirty. But I do like the QR code idea. That is very good. How often do you do it like if you think of that, or you try to add some to the card?
Just depends on what I'm doing and what it's for, but I just thought it's electric, since both Maureen and I thought of that at the same time. It would be funny, but a good idea.
It's only good if I'll do it, right?
No, they're gonna love the card. It's a great card. They're gonna
And
No, I was just thinking the extra number of steps. So to do the QR code, I would need to go find this song on YouTube and then take the URL
click
off of
copy,
YouTube and
click
go to
copy,
the QR
then
code
go to
creator
click it and do it.
and do it, and then JPEG capture the QR code and then put it in the card. So that would have been easy. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's awesome.
Lisa, the card that I messaged you about yesterday, this is the front of it. So when you get this,
Oh, nice. I
Okay,
like that.
that's
Okay,
the card.
that's awesome.
Um,
Beautiful.
I think you're gonna enjoy what's inside it. It's
Will I
clean.
enjoy
It's
it
clean. It's
as
clean.
much as this one? That's a statue with an unfortunate position of the hornet nest.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah. don't know.
Unfortunate or
I have to-
fortunate.
I have to tell you something funny. Every time you on the other call, on our Tuesday call, when you mentioned Preacher Lawson, I started watching this new show. It's out of the Caribbean. It's called Death in Paradise,
Yeah.
and they have they have a couple actors on there, but there's this one actor that when I first started watching it, he just made me laugh, laugh, and I looked him up, and his name is Danny. I don't know, I'll have to find his picture. But every time you mention Preacher Lawson, I think of him because he's just so handsome.
You
He
know,
is so handsome.
the Olympus thing, but speaking of handsome men, the Olympus thing, if you get a chance to watch this today, he's doing now, I think, his last run, but he's getting a lot of publicity. But go look at some of his older stuff because
Who is it?
Noah
that?
Lyles, he's a
Oh,
runner. He's a runner.
Noah Lyles.
He already has, I think, two or three gold medals this time. He's going for 4. What I like about him, of course, he's good looking, but he's a marketing guy. He doesn't even know it, but he's super smart about that because he said in one of his interviews, he said, what people want is a story. And he does all the stuff he does for the story of it. He said, just going out and filling the stands and watching some guy run is not that interesting. He said he jumps up way in the air. He brings attention to himself when he's running across the finish line. He said, he tells him ahead what he's going to do. He said, I'm going to get this one. You wait and see. He's like Muhammad Ali in it, right? And then when he crosses the line, he goes, this is 2, it's 3. And this last time he got one, it was by a 0.0005 he won. And it's because he leaned forward. He's that guy, right? And watching that at the end, seeing his face, he immediately went into marketing mode. This guy is a genius about that, and he doesn't even know it. He congratulated the guy they announced that won before they did the replay. As soon as they saw that he won and announced it, he immediately went into marketing mode, ripped the thing off his thing and held it up in the air. He's strutting around, told the camera to come over, the cameramen to come over closer. And he said, I told you, America. Yeah, but watch him for the marketing thing because he's smart. I bet you after these Olympics, he's going to be able to parlay his golds into endorsements and stuff. And that's a lot of the reason they do this because he's not going to be able to run forever. He's not going to stay 20 forever.
I
I
have a
think I
friend
saw
who
him in the
used to-
qualifying last night.
Yeah, he was good. Go ahead, Peg.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I had a friend who in the Winter Olympics did the luge, and then he became a motivational speaker. He raced for the US for a while, and then when he knew he wasn't going to, he got too old and was slower. He knew he wasn't going to make the US team, but he has Argentinian blood. So then he ran under the Argentina flag.
Wow.
Anyway, he said, he says, I am not a loser. I ride. I'm not a loser. Here's my gold medal. He's just a really great motivational speaker. His name's Ruben Gonzalez, and he lives outside of Houston in a place called Katy, Texas. He's written a
that's
couple
awesome.
books, and I've seen him speak before. He's just phenomenal.
Because they may not like to think about what's after this, but the medal winners need to, I mean, this is going to have to be a jumping point for something for a
Yeah,
career.
Katie Ledecky, the swimmer from Maryland.
Yeah.
I mean, this is her 4th Olympics, and she was just asked to be the flag bearer for the exiting ceremony.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Cool. Nice
Yep.
honor.
You know, I don't
Yeah.
usually watch the Summer Olympics. I watch more of the Winter Olympics because I like the ice skating and I like that stuff. But I've actually watched a few of the Summer Olympics this year and I really enjoyed it. And but you know, it was funny after Simone Biles won, I think it was her last gold she won. Next thing you know, it's all over Facebook that she's pregnant and she's retiring. And I'm like, I don't ever remember her saying that.
She's
You know?
pregnant? Wow.
But she's not. She's not. She had baby Botox.
Oh, gotcha.
For her birthday, she got baby Botox and they just
Oh,
kind of
that's
took
funny.
off with that.
Well,
Yeah.
excuse my ignorance. What's baby Botox?
I have no idea. I thought Botox was Botox.
Yeah, no
I don't know.
idea.
Because
I
he's had
just think it's
Botox a
fun.
few times.
It's fun watching them to see which ones are thinking about their future
Yeah.
and which ones are only thinking about today,
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
which they have to do to win, I'm sure. They have to concentrate on the now. But the amount of time that a professional athlete performs their athletic whatever is small in the grand scheme of things. So you almost have to have what you're going to do after in mind at some point. And I
Right.
think Noah Lyle is just genius. He may or may not know that by now. I got a feeling he knows it already because he sounds like he's been thinking about this part of it
Yeah.
because he's like, people love a story. He said that right out in the interview. People love a story, and he's right. People love a story. He wouldn't be getting as much. He's getting a lot of hate and a lot of like because people don't like that he's grandstanding, but they all remember him. They're all
What's
gonna
the
repeat
saying?
his name.
Facts sell, story. No, facts tell, stories sell.
So, yeah. Yeah. And so, yeah, look him up. He's awesome. Anyway, I gotta go. Thank you, everybody, so much. I appreciate you always. And I will see you next time.
Are we on
Thank
tonight?
you,
Are you on
Maureen.
tonight?
No show tonight. Jeff's not
Okay.
available, and I didn't remember that I needed subs. So
Okay.
yeah. So no story to no Jeff tonight. But thank you.
Okay. Bye, everybody. Have a great rest
Bye,
of your day.
everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.